Okay,
Fine.
so I've had kind of a weight loss journey that I wanted to share, and I didn't really want to tell a lot of people about it at first because it's like when you want to do something, it almost makes it harder when you tell a lot of people because there's more of a risk for failure. So, so I waited kind of, not till the end because I intend this to be a lifestyle change, but this is close to the end. My weigh-in is soon, and so I think I'm ready to tell people. So back in February, I had realized that I had got pretty depressed over the winter. You know, I'm sure that happens to a lot of people. And as with depression, how you can be, you either don't eat anything or you eat too much. So I kind of went to that road where I was eating and eating and eating, and I ate my winter away. And I think between December and February, I gained 30 pounds. So it really kind of makes you show your depression on the outside in a way. But so February came around, it started to get warmer. I don't know, maybe I started to get a little happier, but I was like, I need to do something about this. And one of the things that had happened is I have a problem with soda, especially Big Red. And I was getting out of hand. I was just drinking soda after soda after soda. And many times in my life I have quit and then fell back on it. But you know, I'm 41, so you can't just guzzle Big Red every day. So the first thing I tried to do was just giving up soda, because when I was younger, like I stopped drinking the Big Red and the weight would just fall off. Yep. But unfortunately, it wasn't really budging this time. And a couple weeks into February, I had a doctor's appointment, and this was really disheartening because I had quit drinking soda for a couple of weeks, and I went to the doctor and I thought maybe I lost a little weight, and come to find out that day at the doctor I was 233 pounds. And I was just like, oh no, because I have got bigger than that in my life. The biggest I've got is 246. And I mean, not only do you lose self-confidence, but you feel bad. You're tired all the time. Like, I can't get up and down the stairs in my house. So I'm like, I have to do something. And so I decided that week, you know, what can I do? Because I eat terrible. Like, I live off of steak, macaronis, and pie. Like, that's what I eat. So I'm like, how do I diet? I hate vegetables. Oh my gosh. Like, in technology nowadays, I don't know why they can't make vegetables like chocolate flavored. Like, what is going on? But anyway, so I decided to try to do just like calorie counting, because I thought maybe that would help. And I had watched a Netflix show about losing weight, and they did that, and all these people were so happy. So I'm like, okay. So I went to my friends, and my friend Debbie, she helped me out, and she has a scale that actually weighs you and does body fat. And we measured my waist. So on February 18th, I had went to her house, and weight fluctuates. So I said, yeah, at the doctor's a few days before I was 233. So that day at Debbie's on February 18th, 2019, I was 230 pounds. And my body fat was 45%. So almost half of me was fat. And then my waist was 49.5 inches, basically 50 inches, which is horrible. So I started with the calorie counting thing, and we can take a journey in here to my kitchen. So I started calorie counting, and the very first day I calorie counted, I actually watched my calories. So that means that previous to this first day, I had been eating more than this. So the first day I counted calories, I ate 3,565 calories. That means previous to this, so you see I had 2 bowls of cereal for breakfast instead of just one. I was eating out of control. So previous to this, I was probably eating 4,500 calories a day. It had gotten so out of hand. And now, I'm not a doctor, I just did some Google stuff. So like Google research said that a healthy person's supposed to eat about 2,000 calories. And to lose weight, you have to eat like 1,500 calories. So I'm like, oh, I can do this. So I struggled for a couple of weeks, and I managed to get down to about 2,600 calories a couple of days. That's as low as I could get. And I did this for quite a few weeks, and I wasn't losing any weight, and it just felt like a uphill battle constantly. So I went and I try to not weigh myself a lot because it makes you feel worse, but I had weighed myself, and so I think that after, you know, trying to count calories and only making it between 2,600 and 3,000 calories on top of everything else, like I just wasn't getting it, and I couldn't figure out why. Well, then I was struggling with what to do and how to get off these final calories. I went on my regular Sunday to City Life Church where I go, and they mentioned Lent. And then it hit me that maybe trying that for the first time in my life would be the opportunity that I needed to kind of get me over the hump. Because Lord knows I probably, well, I do love Jesus more than I love myself. And when you don't love yourself, it's really hard to do things for yourself, like lose weight and try to look better. So I kind of did it just on a personal thing. I did listen to the advice that they gave us there, like when you give stuff up, if you start craving it, whether it's food or TV or social media, that you should pray so that you don't fall victim to it again. So I definitely tried that technique. I couldn't think up a particular food to give up because, as I said earlier, I eat terrible. So I thought the best thing to do is to give up everything, to not eat unless I was genuinely hungry, to start there and see where that put me with calories. And it was the hardest few days of my life. I can tell you, I did a lot of praying, but the praying did work. And so after just a few days, I was actually down, I think on the very first day of Ash Wednesday when I started, I made it down below 2,000 calories, I think maybe for the first time ever. I was at 1,885 calories, and it was a struggle. My belly hurt a lot. Drank a lot of water, and I was careful. I didn't want to do anything stupid and pass out, so I kept really low calorie snacks around, like the Rice Crisps, rice patty things, and other stuff like that. You know, tried to eat fruit since I hate vegetables. But within a few days, I was down to the 1,500 calories that I was trying to get to. I know maybe you can't see from there, but I went, you know, from a struggle on my own to kind of holding Jesus' hand and going, if he can live without like eating it all for 40 days, I mean, you know, then I can do 1,500 calories. So fast forward now, and I've not been perfect throughout Lent. I've really tried hard, but I have stayed down to more like 1,200 to 2,000 calories a day, depending on that day. And my weigh-in is going to be here in a couple of days. And so I can't tell you exactly what my progress is right now. I do know that, as I said, from the start of February, where I started trying to quit drinking soda and my weight wasn't budging, and then my initial weigh-in of 230 on February 18th and my other measurements. And on March 18th, I had got down to 224 pounds. Unfortunately, my body fat had went up to 47%. I was kind of hoping because I had lost a little weight, but my waist had actually gotten down to 48 inches. So I had lost 1.5 inches off of my waist. And then at that point, I did start more working out to go along with this. So after my first monthly weigh-in, I really started getting back on my treadmill again and doing stomach crunches. And I have an old Nintendo Wii with a fit board, and I just really love the hula hoop thing. It's great. So anyway, I stayed down then from really definitely this last month, around the 1,500 to 1,700 calories, and cheated a little bit, I have to admit, but threw in my workouts, and I don't know how much I lost, but I feel like it's a decent enough amount to make this video and share it with the world, because even if I only lost, you know, like 7 or 8 pounds, I feel healthier. I can get up and down my stairs in my house without panting as bad. You know, I'm 41. I don't want to feel 60. So I know there's a lot of diets and stuff out there, and I've never made anything work for me, but you know, I made the calorie counting work, and I live off desserts. So trust me, if you're trying to do something like this out here, you know, there are lower calorie desserts that taste just as good. There are recipes online, you know, even if you don't want to pay for the diets, you can kind of Google what better things there are for you to eat, because trust me, throughout this whole thing, I didn't ever really turn to vegetables unless you can count corn. You know, I love corn. But, you know, hang in there and you can find something that's right for you. And so I will be back in a couple of days to let you know what my final weigh-in is and show you some before and after pictures. And, but honestly, like I said, even if I didn't lose what my goal was, which I was hoping to lose, maybe 15 pounds, but even if I only got halfway there, that's halfway further than I would have got on my own. And I'm really happy at the moment. So I feel like this is going to stick, and I don't know, I'm glad that I tried something new, and like, I hope that this helps you somehow, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Are you close on my face?
Well, the square's on your face.
Okay, so I've been trying to lose weight for, like, this is my 2-month weigh-in, and so I tried to do it on my own and it wasn't working, so then I gave up all food except when I was hungry for Lent, and so this is my weigh-in for how much I've lost since Ash Wednesday, basically, because I didn't lose anything before that, but this is a 2-month weigh-in, so I'm going to weigh myself now. I was 230 when I started, sort of 233 because of fluctuation, but, you know, 230, so hopefully I should have lost at least a pound a week, so I don't know what that would be. It'd be 7 or 8 pounds I should have lost. Maybe, you know, definitely 8, because if it was the full 2 months, that'd be 8 weeks or whatever. But whichever. I feel better even if I haven't lost anything, so this is a success, totally. And hopefully I've lost more than that, though. Okay, I forget how to turn it on.
Number 2, on your right. Kick the little button in the front on the right.
Okay.
Wait till it turns to 0.
Okay. I don't like it. Will it stop?
Mm-hmm.
Right now it's... Oh. Well, that's sort of good. Okay, I think it says 216 pounds. But I think I'm disappointed in the body fat. I think it says 44%, which is bad because I wanted to make more of a dent in that. So, hold on. So my original weight was 230. Now it is 216. So that's not bad at all. My original body fat was 45% and now it's 44%. So I don't know about that. Oh, and I'll measure my waist real quick. If I can not suck it in to measure my waist. My original waist was 49 and a half, 50 pounds. Oh, come here. Oh, this is off. This is that off an inch. So I have to remember to subtract an inch for the, I can't. Where's my belly button? I'm old. Ah! This is why this is so hard. Okay. I think it's, if I don't suck it in, which is hard not to do. Okay. I think if I don't suck my belly in, it's about 46, which would be 45. So 45 inches. So I was 49.5, 50. So I've lost about 5 inches, 4 or 5 inches off my waist in 2 months. That's pretty awesome. And just about 15 pounds. And only 1% body fat is gone, so that sucks. I'll have to work out more. So that's cool. Now to take some after pictures, which suck. Okay, bye.